This guy unloaded a ton of cement into a sports car, while this guy loaded his opponent into a limo and ran into it with a truck. Well, telling you guys is going to take the fun out of it, so I'd stay till the end if I were you. In the crazy world of professional wrestling, we've been awed several times by the action and soap opera-like stories in different settings on stage. And in all of these wild moments, we get to see these wrestlers destroying vehicles in a way a normal person wouldn't dare to. From trucks to cars worth millions of dollars, no car is safe when the WWE stars are around. So let's dive right in. Stone Cold versus The Rock. First on our list, we have the Stone Cold legend who dared anyone who crossed his path. Stone Cold Steve Austin took the world of wrestling entertainment to greater heights with his bold and lawless approach to handling situations. The Texas Rattlesnake never saw eye to eye with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, another superstar who held a significant amount of influence in the industry. The Rock got into the ring and announced the end of the Texas Rattlesnake. This announcement didn't come lightly, as there were a lot of insults attached to it. The Rock calls Stone Cold a coward for not showing up and threatens to bury his customized belt. The gloating and mockery don't end as The Rock assures everyone he will lay waste to Stone Cold during Backlash. While Stone Cold believes actions speak louder than words, he pulled into the parking lot in a monster truck. Yeah, a monster truck. Where on earth did he get that? The Texas Rattlesnake steps out of the truck and asks a valet driver where I'm inside the ring. The destruction didn't end there as Stone Cold proceeded to crush another vehicle. What followed was a heated brawl where the Texas Rattlesnake obliterated The Rock and threw him in a grave. Goldberg versus Limo. The proud wielder of the jackhammer technique is one of the most terrifying powerhouses to ever call himself a superstar. That's right, Goldberg sends terror to whoever stands before him. If you think he's a terror to just humans, then you're wrong. Even vehicles aren't spared when the Beast gets angry. During Goldberg's reign of terror in the WCW, he had what seemed to be an unending beef with the infamous Bret Hart. The Beast interrupted a match in which Hart was a contender. Hart saw the commotion that was ongoing and used it as an avenue to escape, slipping through the ropes and running for his dear life. Goldberg saw as Hart ran away and followed his prey backstage. Hart got into his limo and drove off before the Beast could lay hands on him. This left Goldberg furious, and he had to take his anger out somehow. Unfortunately, there was another white limo in the area, and it appeared to be the perfect punching bag. A driver set career. Stone Cold Demolition Crew. The Texas Rattlesnake makes it on this list again, as he is notorious for wreaking unimaginable levels of damage to both his opponents and their belongings. This time, Austin of 316 became a one-man demolition crew as he destroyed one of WWF's most prized possessions. The McMahon family had yet another beef with a superstar. This time, they chose the wrong person to beef with, as Stone Cold Steve Austin was their target. While wondering whose side Stone Cold will pick during the upcoming Backlash, Triple H and the McMahon family accused the Texas Rattlesnake of being a coward for not showing his face. Triple H called out Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, his opponent, during the upcoming Backlash. The Rock isn't a man to hide, so he emerged without hesitation. He didn't have to say much and pointed at the monitor where Stone Cold appeared. Excitement filled the arena as everyone wondered where Stone Cold was. The Texas Rattlesnake revealed that he was in the parking lot and also showed his new brand, Austin Deconstruction. Things took a strange turn as Stone Cold got into a construction crane. It lifted a large metal rod over the DX Express, a tour van that carries members of D-Generation X. Stone Cold dropped the metal rod on the DX Express, causing it to explode immediately. Kofi trashes Randy's car. Next on our list, we've got Kofi Kingston, who is seemingly one of the happiest men alive. He and his brothers in the New Day go around spreading positivity while showing the power of positivity. However, things weren't always like that for Kofi Kingston, as he did have a history before joining Big E and Xavier Woods. Moments after attacking Kingston for costing him his WWE Championship title, Randy Orton meets with the Legacy backstage as they offer him a present. The Viper follows the duo, and they offer him a brand new car as a token of appreciation for him being their leader. Orton happily accepts this gift and anticipates another, which the men tell him out. This joy is short-lived, as Kofi has a score to settle with Orton for attacking him. Orton stood in the ring with the Legacy as Kofi appeared on the big screen. Kofi made some pretty interesting statements, which Orton dared him to repeat to his face. Now this is where things get interesting, as Kofi was standing above Orton's brand new car, which had his face on it. Kofi's revenge plot slowly came to fruition as he tested Orton's car's durability on live television. Orton was filled with pure hatred, and he could only watch Kofi strike his car with a crowbar. Kofi then put the icing on the cake by pouring a bucket of paint on the vehicle, which was his sick form of giving it a makeover. JBL's limo gets totaled. This hunk of a wrestler is a self-made millionaire with brawns of a college jock and brains of a business executive. John Bradshaw Layfield took the world of sports entertainment by storm, as there was nothing he loved more than a fight. JBL moved around in his exquisite limousine, adorned with bullhorns. He didn't hesitate to flex his hard-earned wealth and character, which often infuriated his opponents. The self-proclaimed wrestling god had a particular dispute with the great John Cena, and this beef didn't end in just harming their bodies. On an issue of Monday Night Raw, JBL's limousine drove into the arena, but JBL himself was shocked to see it. He attempted to open the doors, but they were locked. A rear door suddenly opened from the inside, and John Cena, JBL's known nemesis, stepped out. Cena wasn't alone as he stepped out with Crime Time. JBL was speechless as he saw the duo holding weapons, while Cena spoke about the limousine laws he was breaking. Reality hit JBL hard as he watched his side mirror get smashed. Crime Time decided to help JBL ventilate his windshield. How did they do this? By smashing a hole in it, that's how. To round up their shenanigans, Cena and Crime give the limo a custom paint job to make it stand out. Cena wishes JBL luck in his upcoming fatal four-way and leaves. JBL could only watch with murderous intent as the damage was done to his beloved limousine. Hulk's bike gets flattened. The man with a name that screams sports entertainment. Hulk Hogan and his superhuman size and strength were part of WWE's rise to international recognition. He still serves as an icon and role model for aspiring superstars across the world. The great icon had his fair share of insane destruction. He was well known for his love of motorcycles and even owned a Harley Davidson. In Hogan's WCW days, he was notorious for having his devoted Hulkamaniacs around him. On this very day, Hogan arrived with his Harley Davidson to promote an upcoming event. He had his fans with him as usual and spoke highly of how he would defeat his opponent as he always does. A strange noise began brewing from a distance as the interview proceeded. The Hulkamaniacs suddenly began running for their dear lives. Why were they running? Well, their eyes gazed upon a giant monster truck that was headed their way at full speed. The monster truck runs over Hogan's Harley Davidson, flattening it like a pancake. The driver was revealed to be none other than the giant himself. The Big Show let out a loud laugh as he successfully destroyed Hogan's beloved motorcycle. Stone Cold floods car with concrete. You shouldn't be surprised to see the Texas Rattlesnake on this list yet again. I mean, he's Stone Cold Steve Austin. What do you expect? Stone Cold is known for his shenanigans, ruthlessness, and lack of interest in what rules have to say. This particular attack was targeted at, you guessed it, Mr. McMahon, Stone. Why have an employee that causes so much havoc? He's the Texas Rattlesnake, that's why. Stone Cold arrives at the arena in a cement truck. At this point, everyone in the building wonders why, and Mr. McMahon watches what happens. Stone Cold drives the truck to a fancy sports car that's parked. The car belongs to Mr. McMahon and is worth over $50,000. The Texas Rattlesnake shocks everyone and unloads the cement into the sports car. Mr. McMahon has a look of disbelief on his face and watches as his car is ruined. He's unable to retaliate as he is still in recovery from a broken leg. The rising cement levels cause the car's windows to shatter. Mr. McMahon eventually goes to his ruined car, and at this point, it's impossible to differentiate it from the cement. The infamous superstar Mankind tries retrieving some items from the wrecked vehicle, but McMahon instructs him to leave it as his actions seem annoying. Batista lets out some steam. The man whose past speaks loudly for his character. The animal himself serves as a witness that hard work and dedication can get you anywhere you want to be. The six-time world heavyweight champion wasn't shy to show people how he felt in certain situations. If he couldn't get to his opponents or enemies physically, he could get to them psychologically. On SmackDown, the then WWE heavyweight champion JBL received a call from the animal. He answered the call and made his way to the ring with his entourage. The audience was unhappy with JBL's antics. Yeah, he ran over Batista during their last encounter. He claims the accusations are false and threatens to make an example out of Batista. Batista arrived at the arena but suddenly stopped moving as he walked past JBL's limousine. The animal returned to his car, made his clothing more comfortable, and picked up a steel baseball bat. Batista took his sweet time adjusting his outfit before taking the first swing at the limousine's window. JBL watched as the animal shattered his windows one by one and didn't stop until he had gone a full 360 degrees around the car. As for the glamorous horns on the limousine, Batista ripped them off with his bare hands, which was way more satisfying than using the steel bat. JBL's entourage rushed to the parking lot to stop Batista, but it was too late. The animal was already cruising away. The Big Show suddenly emerged and launched an attack on JBL while his henchmen were absent. He pounced on the champion but was soon overpowered as the entourage returned. Guess who came running back to finish what he started? If you guessed Batista, then you're right. The animal returned and took out everyone in the ring. JBL escaped the massacre but watched as both the animal and the Big Show stared down at him. Shane McMahon sends Limo into a truck. The night after Unforgiven, Kane attacked Shane in the hospital. 2 weeks later, Shane made a dramatic comeback. He attacked Kane, lured him into a parking lot, trapped him in a limo, and then crashed it into a truck, seemingly killing him. But how did it come to this? Kane had become more unhinged and destructive than ever. He demanded a shot at the World Heavyweight Championship and wreaked havoc every week. He attacked wrestlers, officials, and even Jerry Lawler and set JR on fire. The chaos was so bad that Linda McMahon tried to intervene, but Kane wasn't having it and gave her a brutal tombstone piledriver on the stage. The next week on Raw, Shane McMahon returned to WWE for the first time since the Invasion angle to get revenge on Kane for attacking his mother. Shane viciously attacked Kane with a chair, making him fall off the stage through a table. Despite the beating, Kane just sat up and laughed, showing how twisted he had become since losing his mask. In the following weeks, Kane kept attacking Shane whenever he could, ruining his matches and fighting him all over the arena. In one crazy moment, Kane tried to throw Shane into a burning dumpster like he had done to Jim Ross weeks earlier. Shane managed to turn the tables and threw Kane into the fire instead. All this eventually led to the Last Man Standing match at Unforgiven 2003, and then, ultimately, the limo attack. Randy Orton destroys car and opponent. Over the years, The Undertaker has faced off against countless WWE superstars, but his rivalry with Randy Orton stands out as one of the most intense and memorable. This epic feud definitely got the spotlight it deserves in an upcoming episode of WWE Untold. The Undertaker's storyline with Randy Orton was particularly electrifying. It wasn't just a short-lived rivalry, it spanned many months and included several dramatic and unforgettable moments. Orton, known as the Legend Killer, was at the peak of his villainous phase, determined to take down The Undertaker and cement his legacy by defeating one of WWE's most iconic figures. One of the most dangerous and talked about moments of their feud happened on an episode of SmackDown. Years later, The Undertaker revisited that intense moment from his feud with Randy Orton and shared his thoughts on the experience. Watching the clip brought back memories, and he spoke highly of Orton, praising his talent and dedication. He also reassured fans that he got his revenge or receipt for that daring stunt. This reflection on the past has given fans an opportunity to appreciate Randy Orton's legendary career. Orton has achieved incredible success, including 14 world championships and countless classic moments. One of the defining aspects of his career was his Legend Killer gimmick. Hulk drives into an occupied ambulance. During The Rock's feud with Hulk Hogan leading up to their epic WrestleMania 18 showdown in 2002, the New World Order, aka NWO, injured The Rock in an in-ring segment. The Rock was severely hurt and had to be stretchered out of the arena and placed in an ambulance. But the drama didn't end there. Outside the arena, Hogan showed up with his NWO partners, Scott Hall and Kevin Nash. They aggressively kicked the EMTs out of the ambulance. Hogan then jumped into the driver's seat of a nearby truck, declaring,
"We're Hollywood ready to smack down on this triple NWO style for life."
Hogan drove the truck into the side of the ambulance, smashing it violently. He did it again for good measure. After this dramatic scene, the NWO trio quickly fled the scene, hopping into a car and driving off as if nobody had witnessed their actions. The whole event was broadcast on Raw, making their attempt to act inconspicuous quite funny. This is a classic example of how over-the-top wrestling storylines can be. You have to suspend disbelief and just enjoy the spectacle. The Rock ended up missing a brief period due to the injury, but when he returned, he appeared completely fine, as if the vicious attack had never happened. The WWE could have done a better job of selling the severity of the attack to make it more believable. Despite Hogan's attempt to seemingly kill The Rock while he was in the ambulance, wrestling fans still cheered for Hogan during their WrestleMania 18 match. This clearly shows how wrestling fans can be incredibly forgiving and loyal to their favorite superstars, no matter what. Del Rio's car gets demolished. At WrestleMania 27, Edge successfully defended his World Heavyweight Championship against Royal Rumble winner Alberto Del Rio. It was a hard-fought victory that turned out to be Edge's final match, as he had to retire the very next night due to medical reasons. Despite the bittersweet news, Edge made sure to celebrate his big win that night alongside his best friend Christian. After the match, Edge and Christian decided to have some fun at Del Rio's expense. They targeted Del Rio's luxurious Rolls-Royce, which was parked on the entrance ramp. Armed with a tire iron and a lead pipe, the duo went to town on the expensive car. Edge took the lead, repeatedly stabbing and scratching the vehicle's pristine paint job with the tire iron. He then smashed in a couple of the windows, causing glass to shatter everywhere. The two friends shared laughs and high fives as they left the once flawless car in ruins. The scene was wild and unexpected. Edge, standing triumphantly on the beat-up Rolls-Royce, basked in the glory of his final WrestleMania victory. It was a memorable and fitting end to his illustrious career, showcasing the fun-loving and rebellious spirit that made Edge a fan favorite. The next night on Raw, Edge delivered an emotional retirement speech, bringing many fans and fellow wrestlers to tears. Limo explodes with Vince still in it. On June 11, 2007, the wrestling world was taken by surprise in an unforgettable moment that lasted only a few days but left quite the impact. Vince McMahon, the WWE chairman, was seen walking past several superstars on his way out of the arena. He then climbed into his limo, which suddenly exploded into a massive ball of fire. The storyline for WWE implied that Vince McMahon died that night when he got into a limo that was rigged to blow up. The plan was reportedly inspired by the famous Who Shot JR plot from the TV show Dallas, aiming to create a major mystery and drama for the audience. However, the angle was suddenly dropped a week later due to external factors. The initial shock of the explosion was so intense that it led to local police and federal agents contacting WWE to verify if the event was real. For a brief moment, it seemed like the officials and McMahon himself went too far with such a stunt, and many fans were made to believe that McMahon had been killed. The event was one of the last times that a wrestling storyline was so convincingly executed that it made people question if it really happened. Although the original idea was scrapped, the explosion idea left an impression on WWE history. It eventually morphed into a plot where it was revealed that McMahon had staged the explosion himself, adding another moment of mystery. After the event was cleared as a stunt, Vince McMahon returned to television shortly afterward, and the explosion incident was never mentioned again. Lesnar destroys J&J's precious Cadillac. The latest addition to our list feels like a scene straight out of an old-school Street Fighter II bonus round, where players would smash up cars for points. This took place during the 2015 feud between Brock Lesnar and Seth Rollins. In one memorable segment on Raw, Rollins gifted his security team, Joey Mercury and Jamie Noble, a custom-painted Cadillac. It was supposed to be a celebratory moment, but things took a wild turn when Brock Lesnar and his advocate, Paul Heyman, showed up to crash the party. Rollins and his team came prepared, armed with weapons to fend off Lesnar. But as it turned out, even a well-armed security team was no match for the beast incarnate. Brock Lesnar, known for his suplexes, decided to unleash his fury on the Cadillac instead. Although he couldn't suplex the car, Lesnar did the next best thing. He tore the vehicle apart with an axe, his bare fists, and sheer determination. Joey Mercury also got caught in the chaos, as Lesnar's rampage turned the brand new Cadillac into a pile of scrap metal. That night, Seth Rollins and his security team learned a valuable lesson, one that Paul Heyman had been preaching all along. Do not provoke Brock Lesnar. Lesnar's destructive display was a clear message to Rollins and anyone else who dared to challenge him. The sight of Lesnar tearing apart the Cadillac remains one of the most unforgettable moments in WWE, showcasing his incredible strength. Roman Reigns flattens ambulance with Strowman inside. Moments after Braun Strowman defeated Roman Reigns in an ambulance match at the WWE Great Balls of Fire pay-per-view, things took a dramatic turn with an intense staged vehicular crash in the parking lot. The match had ended with Strowman victorious, but the real action was just beginning. Right after the ambulance doors closed, signaling the end of the match, Reigns burst out of them and speared Strowman. In a twist, Reigns threw Strowman into the ambulance, shut the doors, and drove it backstage. There, Reigns looked into the side view mirror and made a bold decision. He reversed the ambulance at full speed into a semi-truck, crushing the vehicle nearly in half. While a surprise match took place in the ring, the cameras showed Raw general manager and WWE officials frantically trying to open the wrecked ambulance. The situation escalated as the fire department arrived and used the jaws of life to pry open the door. In a shocking scene, a bloodied and battered Strowman emerged from the wreckage on his own, refusing any medical attention. He limped away from the officials, trainers, firemen, and EMTs, showing how incredible and determined he was not to lose face. Enjoyed the video? Stay tuned by clicking on any of the cards on your screen right now for more thrilling content. See you next time.